Vancouver's Occupy protest is on the move again. It's been 3 weeks since the demonstrators left the art gallery. But today they hit the road again, this time targeting the region's ports. As Grace Key reports, it's part of a larger movement spreading along the west coast.
Early this morning, a handful of protesters blocked the Clark Street entrance to the Port of Vancouver. Despite some of the protesters showing up in masks, it was a peaceful demonstration.
We're moving over to Heatley.
Oh, Heatley, where's that?
It's about 10 blocks down that way.
Oh, Heatley, okay.
Yeah, so most of the workers have, the shift change started at 7, between 7 and 8. So we've already done our blockade here, so now we're going to move over to Heatley.
Okay.
After a few minutes at the Clark Street entrance, they moved on to the Heatley Street entrance, accompanied by police. Protesters said they wanted to highlight the inequality of wealth generated by the ports and environmental concerns surrounding the area.
Just very peaceful. There will be some solidarity with the BC Ferries occupation that's standing against the privatizations of ferries and the raising hikes. Maybe some people will go to Delta Port to stand against the free trade zone, and also the port expansion that's approaching on reservation land, and also some actions to do with the Kinder Morgan pipeline.
Today's protest was part of a larger Occupy movement all along the west coast. In Oakland, California, where the idea of the blockade was born, hundreds of protesters managed to disrupt port operations as they faced off with police in riot gear. Trucks sat idling as irate drivers said they were going to lose a day's pay. In Vancouver, there were no disruptions to port operations. The BC Federation of Labour also came out saying while they supported the broader beliefs of the Occupy movement, they did not support a protest that disrupted operations. Others were also questioning the movement.
Oh, I think everybody's allowed to protest and do their thing, but you asked me whether I'd support the cause, and I'd say not really. As I say, if this was the U.S., it wouldn't.
After about an hour of demonstrating at both Port of Vancouver entrances, the small handful of protesters left without incident. Well, we're live here out at Callister Park, just on Renfrew Street, where this is the rally point for the movement here at noon. You can see behind me here about, I'd say a dozen, 20 people or so have gathered here to have a rally. A couple of them just showed up with some signs as well. We did actually go up to the group when they first started showing up. It's just a small handful, and asked them if they were part of the movement and what they were doing. They actually said that they were denied being part of the movement, that they were just sitting there under a tree and smoking. So it's unclear right now exactly what their next move will be, whether or not they'll just have a rally here and then move on, or if they're going to have a rally and then go back to the ports. That's unclear, so we'll have to wait and see. Back to you.
All right, we'll be following that story for the rest of the day. Thanks for that, Grace Key in Vancouver for us this afternoon.